Hi tarot friends, it's Jade here with Tarot Your Truth. My channel is all about sharing my journey with the tarot. It's not been a very long journey so far, but I have fallen head over heels, and I'm just sharing what I've learned and how I've been learning it. And occasionally when I get a brand new deck, because as I said, I fell down the rabbit hole quite deeply, I am doing some deck walkthroughs. So I'm excited today. This deck here was on my list, my wish list, for quite a long time, and what stopped me from ordering it earlier was one, not just the cost of the deck, but the cost of the shipping was almost half the cost of the deck to ship it to me in Canada. So I was finally able to get it by saving on the shipping costs with a friend of mine. So anyways, so this deck here, people who have this deck will recognize this little baggie. I've not looked through the cards yet. I just took it out of the box that it came in to save on some time. But those of you who have this will recognize Uzi as the UUSI as the distributors of this deck, makers of this deck. Not quite sure. And it is the Pagan Otherworlds. Let's just move this out of the way. It's a nice thank you card. This is the deck. It did get banged up a little bit, not because of Uzi, but because I dropped it on the floor. Oh well. Anyway, I've been opening it from the bottom because the top has this nice seal here, which I thought it would keep intact. It's interesting. I'm just seeing 2019 here, so I wonder if that's the publication date. Oh, okay, it's just the current date. I guess this is a 2016 deck, printed in Taiwan by the Expert Playing Card Company, which is based out of New York. All right, let's open this baby up. I really love this ornate deck. So this deck has been on my wish list for a long time, as I said. Well, bearing in mind that I only came to tarot in April of 2019, so that was only maybe 6 months ago. What's going on here? It's weird. It's like this front part of the deck is slightly warped. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to do a walkthrough. I've not learned too much about this deck just yet. I just got it in yesterday and have not had a chance to really learn too much about it so far. I just loved the artwork on channels that I've watched and deck walkthroughs. So very much looking forward to working with this deck. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick flip through here. The Seeker. I don't know what these things are supposed to be. Interesting. Okay. Oh, this deck has some moon cards. Full moon. Almost a full moon. Half moon. I do not know the moon phases, so I apologize for anyone who does. No disrespect intended. I just don't know what those mean. So I again look forward to working at that. Okay, so I thought that first one. So this actually represents, I guess this actually represents the actual seeker. So the person that you're doing the reading for. Some people call it a querent. I don't like that term. I don't know why. I just find it awkward. I do like seeker. But it's not. So the Fool is actually his own card. Okay. The Magician. The High Priestess. Love her. The Empress. Wow. The Emperor. The Hierophant. This, I don't know if you can see that. It has a texture. It's, I think this is a linen finish, but it's a bit finer of a linen finish than is on my Game of Thrones deck. I do like it. I like how this, I love the linen finish on my Game of Thrones deck. But I love this one as well. It's very pleasing to the touch. The Lovers. I don't know if that's supposed to be Adam and Eve with Apple, the snake, the Chariot, Strength. Oh, it's a bear. Love that. The Hermit. So in the RWS deck, he has a star in there. Here it just looks like a regular candle. I like it. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune typically has the 4 characters, right? The lion, stag, I think it's usually a bull. In this case, we have a bear. And there's usually an angel or a person or something. I don't see the person. So that's interesting. I have to read. This did not come with a little white book, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of research. Justice. Interesting. The Hanged Man. In this case, he's maybe hung by both legs. Death. Love that. His wings are arrows. Interesting. Temperance. Lovely card. The Devil. Look at these faces in him. The Tower. The Star. I love the Star. This is one of the cards that I look to when I'm deciding whether I need a deck, whether I want a deck in my collection. The Moon. Like that. The Sun. I have to look into why a baby? Why a baby, creepy baby on a horse? Judgment. The World. Age of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Ace of Pentacles. Love how ornate that is. 2 of Pentacles or coins. 3 of coins. 4 of coins. It's interesting. There's a key there, I guess, to that box. 5 of coins. 6 of coins. 7 of coins. I have to admit, at first, when I first saw this deck, I wasn't drawn to it when I first saw it. I found it a little strange that there was no, other than the majors, there are no people in this deck. It's just animals, insects, and the court cards, of course. And I thought it would be very difficult to read, but I'm actually really liking this. King of Wands. He has a lion on the leash. Queen of Wands. Interesting, the king came before the queen. Oh, and the knight. And the page. So they're just going backwards in that respect. Ten of Wands. Okay. Nine of Wands. 8. 7. It's more TDM-ish. 6. Celebration. Got the wreath, the ribbon. 5 of Wands. So I do love how this gives you, I mean, if you know the RWS system and you know maybe a little bit about Tarot de Marseille or a little bit of numerology, it's not terribly difficult to decipher, but there's enough on the card still to spark your intuition, or for your intuition to go on. 3 of Wands, again, very similar to RWS, other than the guy is not there on the parapet. Or, yeah, he is on a parapet, that's right, looking at the 2 ships. Wishing he was on one of them. The 2 of Wands and the Ace. Okay. So we go from Ace through the courts, and then the courts down through the Ace. Now we're back to the Ace. Beautiful Ace of Cups. Absolutely gorgeous. 2 of Cups. 3 of Cups. A little pumpkin down below. The 4. 5. Interesting. Some are upside down. 6 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. Interesting. So this is the illusion card, right? Analysis paralysis. Usually there's something in each of these. And here we have the skeleton holding his sword down towards one of the cups, and maybe an angel or someone dropping coins in another one, and then there's a snake there. Little wreath. Interesting. Okay. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Oh, I love the face on the moon. 9 of Cups, a little froggy. And 10 of Cups, again, celebration, home. All they need is a little white picket fence there. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. Gratuitous booby shot there. King of Cups. Okay, and then we go back from King down to Ace. King of Swords. Wow, this is a big bear pelt. Queen of Swords. And Knight of Swords, charging in to the rescue. Page of Swords. I'm going to charge in. I don't know how to use that sword, but I don't care. The 10 of Swords. I actually really quite like, I've spoken before about this, that, you know, I'm finding myself quite drawn to the more Pippish style decks, the ancient Italian, and some of the Tarot de Marseille. although very, very specific ones. And I do quite enjoy that these are more pippish, but they do have a little bit of a scene down below or throughout the card to give you, something extra for your intuition to grab onto. The 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, interesting. 6 of Swords. Turbulent waters, turbulent mind, to nice and calm. 5, 4. Typical 3 of Swords. I also really love in these cards that the skies are all different. They have, it's not just a plain old background. Typically they have, there's always some clouds or some sort of weather pattern happening. Or in this case, the moon, 2 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Love it. I do wish that this came with a guidebook, but I think that's okay. I don't think I'm going to miss it too much. These cards are at the, they're not small, they're at the upper end of limit of what I can comfortably shuffle. Words are hard sometimes, guys. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera there. Oh, yeah, it's hard. See, I have to actually almost bend the cards in order to grab them. I don't think I will be riffle shuffling these, but let's have a look here. Pretty good. I like it. I do find, although I typically don't riffle shuffle because I don't like that they bend my cards, but I have to admit that there's something satisfying about it. I really like it. So there it is. These are the backs, which match the box. Very lovely. The cards are, as I said before, they just feel so nice. It is a linen finish, but like I said, it is a finer linen finish. They feel lovely, and I really look forward to working with this. I've been waiting for this to be able to get this deck for so long, and I'm very excited about it. It is funny how you're not. Yeah, as I said before, when I first saw it, I was not interested in it at all. But there's just something about it that I'm finding myself quite drawn to. I'm going to look into all these moon cards and how they can be used. It's part of the reason why I wish there was a guidebook. And maybe there's something online, I'll have to check. And then the Seeker, I was watching a video by Benabel Wen, where she was using her Spirit Keeper Tarot, which is another deck that I do wish that I had gotten. It was just crazy shipping. I just can't find myself paying, half of the cost of the deck or more in shipping. That just drives me crazy. Anyways, but in any case, I saw her use a secret card with hers. So she would shuffle this in, and then the card that was before the secret card meant one thing, and the card that was after the secret card meant something different. So I'm going to go back and find that video. Or I suppose this could also be used if you're doing a Celtic cross as the representing the person rather than one of the court cards. Anyways, I think there's a lot of possibilities for it, and I look forward very much to working with this deck. Do you have this deck? How does it work for you? Did you edge it? I'm curious about that. I don't know if I will or not, and if I do, it will probably be either a gold or a bluish, a blue-gray, like a steely blue-gray, that to sort of match the skies in here. I love that color. And yeah, let me know. What have you done? Do you have it? How does this deck work for you? Do you love it? And how do you use it? What sort of readings do you do for it? I know some people use specific decks for specific readings. I haven't really been doing that, but I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, my friends, Tarot Your Truth. If you like my content, please do hit that like and subscribe button, and a little notification bell so that you can be advised when other videos are posted. And I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, my friends, it's Jade signing off.